YouTube? This is Fortune Striker, and here today I'm with the one and only greatest duelist of them all, Wellington. So, Wellington, how's it been?
It's been pretty good.
How's it feel to be on your first time here in the deck profile?
It's fantastic. I'm ecstatic and filled with envy.
So what's the deck you'll be showing today?
Galaxies.
Now, why Galaxies?
I just love the deck so much. I love Kite in the show. He's one of my most favorite characters from the show, and
The only decent character in Dex, to be honest with you.
yes, and the only character to actually legitimately die a real death. He died like a real person. He didn't disappear into dust. And also, this deck, it's nearly undefeated against a lot of the other decks I've gone up against.
Say no more, dead man.
Yeah. So yeah, but the deck is surprisingly very consistent, very defensive, and extremely offensive.
I knew the Six Samurai, an ancient deck of 5e.
It lost against Six Samurais because I got a horrible opening hand, nothing but level 8s, no trade-ins.
Alright, so let's get straight to the deck profile.
Alright, so what we're doing is that we're playing 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Oh, you gotta love that ghost rare, right? Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's too bad you don't have the complete set.
This guy's a beautiful 3K beat stick, and if he battles an opponent's monster, he can banish himself and that monster, and if that monster was an Xyz monster with any materials on it, he gains 500 attack points for every material that was sent to the graveyard when they return to the field after the battle is ended. And then after that, we're playing 3 copies of Galaxy Knight. This guy is MVP next to Dragon. If you have a Galaxy or Photon monster on the field, you can normal summon this guy from your hand without tributing. His attack points drop by 1,000, he becomes 18, but he also gets you a special summon from the graveyard, a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which is super awesome. Instant rank A from there. And after that, 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. This guy is super awesome. He gives you... He's an amazing discard outlet. Pretty much what he does is that you discard 1 light monster, and you get to special summon this guy to the field in defense mode. And when he's special summoned by that effect, you get to add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, which usually you'll discard Dragon to get Knight, and then you summon Knight, get back Dragon, overlay for any rank 8 you want. After that, we're playing 3 Galaxy Wizards. This guy is your, I guess, your searcher, your Stratus of the deck. He pretty much you contribute him off to get any Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, any Galaxy monster, Galaxy trap or spell, and he also has another effect that allows him to become level 8, which is also very useful for rank 8 Xyz summons. After him, we're playing 2 Galaxy Mirror Sage. A lot of people don't like to play this guy at all. I'm very defensive, and I love the life point game. If you flip face up, you gain 500 life points for every single Galaxy monster in your graveyard. You know, and even if it's just like 2, that's still 1,000 life points you're getting. And also, when he's destroyed by battle or by card effect after he's been flipped, you get to special summon a Galaxy monster from your deck face down. So you either get to get a wizard or you get another Mirror Sage, so you can just keep on getting life points. But the second monster that's summoned is banished when it leaves the field. Then we're playing for the last of the Galaxy monsters, 1 Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon. I adore this guy when he came out. Pretty much when he's on the field, you can just tribute him off, special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or graveyard, you know, an instant dragon. And also when he's in the graveyard, you can attach him as an Xyz material to any Galaxy Xyz monster on your field. Now on to the Photon monsters. I only have 2. I only have 1 Photon monster, and that's 3 copies of Photon Thrasher. This guy's just pretty much an instant, you know, 2100 beat sticks, special summon it. You have no monsters on the field.
21.
I attack him for 21. And pretty much his only purpose is just to be summoned, to be special summoned, so I can normal summon Knight to get back Dragon. Then we're moving on to the really cool stuff, the extra little funny stuff. 2 Mythic Tree Dragons and 2 Mythic Water Dragons. These guys are just essentially, you know, the capability of making rank 8s. Mythic Water Dragon, they're also targets for number 95, but we'll get into that later. And Mythic Water Dragon is also a target for trade-in, which is also very important. And no light deck is ever complete without 2 copies of Honest. Bring this baby up to 3. Oh, Konami, bring this baby up to 3. And that concludes it for the monsters.
Hashtag Honest to 3.
Hashtag Honest to 3. Then we move on to the spells. I'm playing 1 Excellite. Again, people don't like to play Excellite. I used to play 3, and I thought that was terrible, so I moved down to 2. Thought it was still bad. 2 Cloggy, brought down to 1. This card allows you to special summon a level 4 or lower Galaxy or Photon monster from your deck to the field if you have no other monsters on your field. What sucks is that you can't normal summon or set on the same turn you activate this, but you know, getting off a wizard first turn, tributing it, getting a search is also pretty good. Playing 2 copies of Galaxy Zero. I freaking love this card. Premature Burial up the butt. You get to target a Galaxy or Photon monster that's in your graveyard, special summon it back to the field in attack mode, and sadly it can't use its effects and it can't attack, but it keeps its attack points. And if that monster would be destroyed during the battle phase, not just by battle, but during the battle phase, let's say you're attacking with something else, your opponent mirror forces, you can send this off to the graveyard and it saves the monster and it goes down to 0, but then it can use its attack points. I'm sorry, then it can use its effects, sorry. 2 copies of Galaxy Expedition. I'd love to play 3 of this if it wasn't so easily searchable. It's such a great searchable card. If you have a level 5 or higher Galaxy or Photon monster on the field, you can activate this card and special summon a level 5 or higher Galaxy or Photon monster from your deck in defense mode. So you bring out a Galaxy Wizard, you make it level 8, you activate this thing, bring out a dragon, you can either overlay or just have your dragon in defense mode and tribute off your wizard for a search. 2 copies of Trade-in, just rank 8, level 8, discard fodder, draw 2, amazing. 1 copy of Photon Stream of Destruction. I personally love this card. If you have a Galaxy Eyes monster on the field, you can activate this card and target 1 card in the field and banish it. And but if you have a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, you can activate this during your opponent's turn. If you don't, you can only activate it during your turn. 1 Dark Hole, staple. I want to replace it for Raigeki if I own more. And Photon Sanctuary, which is just, again, a stupid tech of mine, but I love it. Bring out 2 Photon tokens, each with 2,000 attack points. You can't synchro with them, but with 2,000 attack points, that means you can either tribute them off for your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, or normal summon a Galaxy Knight to get back your dragon. And that does it for the spells. Moving on to the traps. I only have a few traps here. Tachyon Chaos Hole. I love Chaos Hole so much. If a Galaxy Eyes Exceeds monster that I control is destroyed by battle or by card effect, I can banish every single face-up card that my opponent controls. So let's say my opponent like Raigeki, Dark Holes, or whatever, I banish every single one of their cards, and that's amazing. But its graveyard effect is also pretty cool. If it's in the graveyard during your draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can banish this card from the graveyard and special summon a Galaxy Exceeds monster from your graveyard back to the field. So you get to bring back a big 4,000 beat stick for practically nothing. Tachyon Transmigration. Finally, this deck actually got a counter trap that does something pretty incredible. If you have a Galaxy Eyes monster on the field, you pretty much counter everything. Any effect that activates in a chain, and pretty much you activate this, it not only negates all those effects, but it sends the cards that were activated back into the deck. And if you have Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon on the field, you can activate this card from your hand, so you don't gotta worry about MST, Twin Twist, or nothing. 1 Mirror Force. I want to replace this for a Drowning Mirror Force, but regular Mirror Force works just as well. Clear the board. That's why I got trust issues, people. 1 Solemn Warning, negate a summon. I'd like to get a Solemn Notice, and 2 Call the Haunteds to bring back my wizards, my dragon, and pretty much anything else. And that concludes it for the main deck. Do you want to move on to the extra deck?
Yes, please.
All right. Your standard rank 4, got Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, number 101, 101, Star Liege Lord Galaxion. This card takes 2 level 4 Photon monsters to make, which is very rare. I rarely make it. But by attaching 1 material, you can special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand to the field. Maybe you attach 2, you can bring 1 from your deck. Star Liege Paladynamo. I love this guy. He takes 2 level 4 light monsters, and pretty much you attach 2 materials, target 1 monster your opponent controls, it loses all of its attack points and its effects. And even then, if he ends up dying, you have to draw a card, which is always great. For the rank 8s, Divine Dragonite Felgrand, negate your opponent's stuff and he gets protected. Erratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. A lot of people don't like to use it, but usually I end up with a lot of useless monsters in my hand or on the field that I just can't work with. Tributing them off, clear off my opponent's board, attack for 3k, that's always great. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. I'm definitely in love with this card. He's just an amazing rank 8, you know, very easy to make. A 3,000 beat stick during the battle phase, negates the effects of all your opponent's monsters. He gains 1,000 attack points, can attack again if your opponent activates anything. So it's really great against Burning Abyss and other cards like that. Chaos number 107, Neo Galaxy Eyes. This guy, I have him in here because I'm trying to get rank up Magic, the 7th one, but I also play Quick Chaos, which is always pretty good. This guy is impossible. He's such a boss of a monster. Pretty much, when once per turn, you can attach material and you can negate the effects of all cards on the field, and your opponent can't do anything about it. They can't activate any cards or effects for the remainder of the turn. And also, if he has Galaxy Eyes on him, you can tribute 2 monsters you control, and he can attack twice. Sorry, no, he can attack 3 times in a turn, which usually spells out game. If your opponent even has any monsters, it's usually a lot of damage. The second thing is I believe it's number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime. This guy is a killer of a monster. If your opponent has any Xyz monsters on the field, say bye-bye, because this guy gains 200 attack points for every single rank on the field when you detach one material. But if he doesn't have any Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons on him or any Galaxy Eyes monsters on him, the damage that he does to your opponent is cut in half. So if he attacks directly for 4,000, your opponent's only taking 2,000. But his other effect is super awesome. If he's killed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, on the second standby phase after he was sent to the graveyard, he comes back with 8,000 attack points. And even doing half that damage, it's still 4,000, which is amazing. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. This guy is pretty much a rank up. You can overlay him on top of any Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster. By detaching one material, you can destroy one face-up card on the field. His other effect is that you can target 2 equip cards on the field and equip them to him, but that's not really that relevant. And then we're playing 2 number 95s, Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. This guy is incredible. He has the same summoning condition as a Full Armor Photon, but when he's successfully Xyz summoned, you can send 3 dragon monsters from your deck to the graveyard that have different names from each other, and your opponent is forced to banish 3 monsters from his deck. And that's just really great. 4,000. Also, he can attach one material from him, and he's allowed to attack 2 monsters on the field, and that's just incredible. 0 defense, it's not that great, but whatever. And my ultimate boss monsters, Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Oh, this monster's incredible. When he's Xyz summoned, and if you use Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to make him, he negates the effects of all other face-up cards on the field. And what's more, if you detach one material, you can detach the materials of all other Xyz monsters that your opponent controls, send them off to the graveyard, and for each material that was sent, he gains 500 attack points. And, even if your opponent has like a 101 that sucked up something, that's still 1 material, that's still 500 attack points, that's still a 5k beat stick, and it's still a dangerous threat. But that pretty much concludes it for the deck.
Alright, so what are your positives for this deck?
It's very consistent with trading, working overtime, being able to discard all your level 8s that you don't want there and then, being able to draw stuff. Good defensive measures like Honest and Galaxy Mirror Sage is very defensive and very good. And just the offensive capabilities, having 3,000 to 4,000 beat sticks on the field easily on your first turn is pretty good. But I gotta tell you about the cons. The cons, this deck has very little spell or trap destruction in and of itself. I don't really want to run, Twin Twisters. I don't want to get rid of cards in my hand without getting benefits. And stuff like trading is more useful. I can't run a lot of MSTs. I can't run a lot of Twin Twisters. But it's pretty good in and of itself. If you haven't won by turn 3 or turn 4, you're going to be kind of stuck in the rut.
All right. So what are the negatives for this, though?
Pretty much that. It was that. Just not a lot of defense. The only defensive card I have is Mirror Force. So if my opponent has some way like Raigeki, Dark Hole, really any way just to get around my monsters, and they just attack me, I have no way to defend myself. But besides that, it's still extremely consistent, and it's extremely fun to play. It's a different deck aside from all the other cards, decks in the meta.
All right, is there anything else you want to say?
No, that's pretty much it. I really love the deck. It's really special to me. It's endearing to my heart, and I hope somebody takes a second into consideration.
Would you? Would you?
They don't know what they're talking about. Don't listen to them. Listen to me.
Brainwash for that matter.
Alright, so this was Wellington's Photon deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a like. Comment what you think about this deck, which we all know we're going to suspect a certain someone will comment back in YouTube or in our Facebook group. Share this video. Subscribe if you're new. Like my Facebook page. And this is both Wellington and Fortress Striker signing off.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe.
And fuck you.